The idea of civility has been recently reduced to indicators of technological advances that allows people, businesses, and governments to connect.
But being connected does not mean a peaceful integration or benefits for all. Quite the opposite. There have been simultaneous expansion of tense social fluxes.
The expansion of the power of economic conglomerates over essential natural resources for human life, such as water, soil, minerals, and territory itself, establishes new social relations of power and obedience based on market rules.
These relations influence state policies to the point of reducing them to elite thinking, which offer to fragilize community nothing more than repressive measures.
This complex panorama also includes disasters, considered a stressful collective experience that disrupts the regular dynamics of social functions, demanding a readjustment of daily life.
Vulnerability is not merely a social condition, but something that is created inside the social structure and the dynamics of domination across different levels, from the individual to the national.
Disasters generate disruptions to the routines, plans, and achievements of a community, when all is abruptly lost. People that consider themselves independent suddenly are caught in the midst of an acute crisis which becomes central in their lives. Communities have their routines dismantled due to the unexpected impact affecting family and friends and the loss of material goods which allow their daily interactions.
In disaster context, there is an ambiguous relationship between rupture and continuity driven by inequalities and social injustices.
The main strategy of social domination is to naturalize the oppression to the point of becoming socially acceptable that some groups live under different risks at the same time.
When a disaster occurs, the affected actors cannot cope with damage as well as with the new threats in their lives. To understand the Brazilian context of social production of vulnerability, it's necessary to consider the social construction of risks.
Understanding the past disasters could provide important clues for the discovery of the core and the scale of the transformations required for the effectiveness of protection actions. 3 cases will be mentioned briefly: Bhopal, Katrina, and Grenfell Tower, in order to focus more closely on the Brazilian case afterwards.
In Brazil, not only political and economic inequalities are root of social disagreement and disputes about the territorial rights and development policies, but cultural clashes too.
And also corruption. It is in this scenario where disasters, such as related to landslides and floods, take place. The core of this type of crisis is not the natural event itself, but the social process to deal with it.
Tools in Brazil, risk prevention actions are not solved through the dissemination of new technical formulation.
Risk prevention actions require a more integrative perspective of social justice.
This chapter focuses these issues on a critical perspective.